In this episode, we are here in Taipei to participate in Player Series, a brand new poker tournament that offers affordable buy-ins while delivering high-quality events. We are back here at Player Series. We'll take you behind the scenes of the entire Player Series experience to see if this new series lives up to the hype. Of course, being in Taiwan, we will not miss the opportunity to explore this vibrant city with amazing food, night markets, local bars, and even shake hands with the capybaras of Ilan. Pre-taking, it looks good on you. After 8 days of battling out on the poker felt and 5 final table appearances, the question remains, will we travel for free in Taipei and continue our good run from Manila? Let's find out. Good morning.
Morning.
We are making our morning cup of coffees.
We are meeting a friend at the traditional Taiwanese restaurant, so he'll bring us around.
Hey, we are here at Yongkangjie, recommended by a friend.
Near the Dongmen stop, if you come by the train, quite local. You can see it's all the local like food, tea houses, shopping.
Yeah, and there's like many small shops run by like their own owners, the small business owners, so pretty cool. Our friend took us to a hidden gem, a traditional Taiwanese mixed rice stall that truly captured the essence of local flavors. After that, we indulged in a classic Taiwanese dessert, douhua. The smooth silky texture combined with the sweet syrup made it one of the best we have ever tasted. We also found a cozy little spot for some tea and coffee. It was incredible how this lively little street had so much to offer. Today is day 5 of the tourney. So today you're playing the main event. And I'm gonna play a influencer invitational event. I'll be playing with all the Taiwanese influencers. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, let's do it today. Let's run better today.
I think I used all my bad juju because yesterday I lost queens to queen 9 off. That's one of the worst beats I've taken on a final table.
It's okay, today is a new day. Reset! We can do it!
Yep, we will do
Positive
it.
vibes. A team, A game. We started the day off with the Influencer Invitational event. This was a tag team format where we were paired one guy to one girl and we swapped to play the stack every 10 minutes. In one of the early hands, we looked down at 9-5 off in the big blind with multiple limpers. We could possibly squeeze here, but 9-5 is a bit too risky because who knows, there might be someone trapping. So we checked and went to a flop of 6-7-10. Pretty standard, all checked around in a multi-way pot to the river and we hit our gut shot. Unfortunately, no one had a piece of the board and we took it down with a small bet. In this next hand, we opened Jack 5 off in the small blind with 2 limpers. Of course, we threw in one more big blind to see a flop of Jack 6-8 rainbow. A bet here works too, but I decided to check it in a 4-way pot to keep some bluffs in and also to pot control considering our early position and a weak kicker. True enough, the late position bet a 20% pot size, an easy call for us. Turn was an ace, not a very good cut for us, so we checked to the river, which was the 2 of spades. We took down this pot with a jack pair. This hand we picked up queen 7 off on the button. I didn't realize the UTG raised, so I accidentally min raised here thinking we were only up against the small and big blinds. UTG called our 3-bet and we are off to a flop of Ace-8 for rainbow. UTG checks to us and here we definitely have to try and wrap the ace since we are the 3-better. Thankfully she did not have an ace and we quickly took it down with the C-bet. We are chipped late in the early game and we swapped with our partner Kazaf to take over. This was one of the biggest hands of the night. Kazaf picked up ace-queen off and raised to 8k in the hijack. The button 3-bet to 22k and Kazaf decided to 4-bet to 50k. Here I would have played quite differently with ace-queen given the early position raise and re-raise, but my partner went with his read and unfortunately ran into the ace-king this time. And we were severely crippled down to our last 1 big blind. And now we are back in the game to nurse our small stack. At this point, we need some shoving hands or some help from the poker gods. But no playable hands so far and we are down to our last 1 big blind. Are we gonna be the first to bust from this game? We literally folded all the way until someone busted in the ninth place. 8 players left and we swapped with our partner on the big blind, hoping that he can make a comeback for us. Here we are down to our last hand of the night, Jack 6 suited, with an auto all in on the big blind. We need a Jack or a 6 to remain in this game. Come on dealer, we have waited for this moment. Flop was King 2-3 rainbow, giving us no help. Turn was a miraculous 6, leaving us still in the game. And to my surprise, Kazaf picked up premium hands at the right spots and revived us as he won a few more crucial flips, making a very good comeback. Here, this is a very good spot to put a lot of pressure on the smallest stack with Ace 5 since she limped in. Unfortunately, she called her Tawny life off with Ace 8. 3 spades on the flop gave us a lot of help, but the last spade unfortunately didn't arrive and we are down to our last 4 big blinds. Trying to stay alive, we looked down at Jack 9 off in the small blind and limped in. Villain thankfully checked back and we are off to a flop of 5 Queen 10, giving us an open-ended draw. So we called her 10k bet. Although it's 30% of our remaining stack, I would say it's a pretty cheap price for a draw. Turn gave us a Jack pair, and the villain put us all in here. We have a pair and an open-ended draw, and a dream to ship this event. Villain is representing the queen, but she could have all the bluffs that are just here to put max pressure on us. So I think a Jack pair might also be good enough. After putting in some thought, I decided to call it off and hope for the best. We needed an 8, or a king, or a jack to win this one. And so we did! You, my partner must be a luck box because in my whole time at the table I've never picked up any aces or kings, and here he is once more with pocket kings in a 4-way pot. Thankfully we held and took down this massive pot, quadrupling up. We're down to 4 players left and we're at the bottom with 8 big blinds left. Thankfully the players here have been very passive, helping us to survive by letting us take down the blinds and taking back our own blinds, slowly making our way to the top. This hand, we opened Ace 5 in UTG. Unfortunately, the smallest stack woke up with pocket 9s and we didn't hit the ace with this one, but on the bright side, it was a small pot. We continued to take down the pre-flop blinds and build our stack, emerging as the chip lead. In this hand, we looked down at pocket 10s and raised it up to 3 big blinds since the button linked in. And to my surprise, she decided to shove now, putting her Tawny life at risk. I'm not sure what to think of this as this is the very first time she's limp raising, but pocket 10s is too strong of a hand to fold and we also cover her. If we win this hand, we'll have the massive chip lead and a very good chance at winning the champion. Felt like she was doing this with a big ace here and I was right. Unfortunately, we lost this flip and was majorly crippled here. Shortly after my partner took over, we lost Jack 8 to 8-2 in this last hand. We came in 3rd place, bringing home 11,500 Taiwan dollars each. That's pretty commendable, I must say, to have fought back from our last big blind. Okay, so I'm done with the influencer event. So we came in 3rd, and Jass is playing the main event. Let's see.
Just lost a big pocket 10s. Hey everyone, so we are back at it again, taking the shot at the main event. So this one we fired 3 bullets. As you know, sometimes that's just tournament life. So let's break down the action. First bullet, early stages, and we know how crucial it is to win those flips. Pick up pocket jacks and got it in against ace king. And well, let's just say the board wasn't on my side this time. Flip life in tournament is brutal. Ace king does what ace king does and spike the king. And just like that, we are off to bullet number 2. Literally my second hand after sitting down, I wake up with ace queen suited in the small blind. Feeling good about this one. Middle positions open, I put in a 3-bet, and next thing I know, boom, he's all in and we are all in for tournament life. He must have smelled the flop because straight off the bat, the 7 came, giving him a set and leaving us on to bullet number 3. And we find some redemption. Finally, we found a bet for day 2. This time we ran ace king into a6 and held. So day 2 with 70 plus k, which is about a good 30 big blinds, so quite healthy for day 2.
Couple stack.
Same stack. The main event stack.
Yay! Made it to day 2.
So day 5 was a main event day. Unfortunately, my first 2 bullets were gone very quickly. I was playing for half an hour to 45 minutes and then I got it in with pocket jacks versus ace king, didn't hold, and so I bought in again. I picked up ace queen suited in my second hand and versus pocket sevens. This time the guy had a set. So 2 bullets dusted in 1.5 hours. My third bullet was a bit more eventful, so I actually backed day 2 for 78,000. So it's almost 2.5 times starting stack. So hopefully that we can get back the 3 buy-ins, but if not, we are down 49,005 from day 5.
So that means we are both going to day 2 with a similar stack. Wish us luck! We need more luck.
We need more luck. So far, we started well, but now we are going into negative zone. We have 2 very big buy-ins on the line for day 2 tomorrow. So that will determine whether we turn a trip around.
So for today, day 5, I was playing the influencer event. Thanks Player Series for inviting me. It was a tag team format, so we came in 3rd place. Yay! I cashed out for 11,500. Not bad! Yay! Okay, that's my first cash. Good morning!
Morning!
It's a brand new day today.
TGIF.
Yay! Today we are headed to... Where are we headed to?
This district, I think it's near Zhongshan that my friend recommended. He says it's a nice area with a lot of cafes and a lot of shops, so we'll check it out. We have some time to kill before our dinner tonight.
So we are gonna have omakase as well. Yeah, so excited for that. We will be going to Dihua Laojie and also check out like a container wharf area. And then we will head over to Player Series at night. Okay, let's have our coffee first. Morning cup of coffee. It's really interesting. It's like a street with all the booths, like very small shops around. It's like a small little market.
Market, yeah. The stuff they are selling quite interesting, quite unique also. So the fish is like super transparent and super fresh.
So big.
And you're like...
Interesting. There's like apple inside. Sliced apple. This is the mackerel sushi.
Shima Aji.
Cheers. Mine has gone so big.
Yeah lor, your one bigger. It's like the intestine, right? It's long, then they cut.
Why is the sperm so good? Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Eating sperms. Eat. Eat. So mushy.
Yeah. No funny taste. Quite interesting. It's like tofu, creamy.
Not bad, but knowing that it's sperm is making me nauseous. That's it. Hey, you bring away. Come back. Come back.
Cheers. Literally melt in your mouth. Probably the best, yeah.
最好吃的 This is the best chutoro ever.
谢谢.
Okay, we are at our dessert. And I'm so full. We wanted to order one more engawa and one more chutoro, but
no chance.
we are done. I got random fireworks, so nice. We are here at the end of Dihua Laojie, which is the wharf container market. So nice, and it's right beside the jetty. So cute. 太可爱了。太可爱了。Got our coffee, let's go up and see. So nice. So we are at this Christmas tree shop. They have like many colors of small Christmas trees, and you can DIY the ornaments, so pretty interesting. Like, God, look at all these knitted animals. I want a tree full of knitted animals. So cute. Oh my god, I want all the animals. So we are thinking how to bring it back to Singapore, because they will do the tree for you like very nicely, but you have to carry the whole tree back. Okay, let's choose our ornaments. Okay, we are almost done with our tree. All the furry animals, the piggy, the what's this, reindeer, and where's our dog? And a little trap-traps. So cute. Yay! We got a Christmas tree. So happy. It's a very nice chill place to come. Highly recommend to come here to have a drink on the rooftop.
So day 6, we came back after a nice meal, nice walk at the Canary Wharf. We just came back and played a Hyper Turbo event, and it was quite late, so by the time we bought in, like, there were a lot of deep stacks. So I fired 2 bullets and it was basically 10,000 NTD.
I fired 1 bullet. I was taking down a few blinds at the start, and then I tried to do a bluff and I bleed out. I was left about 15,000 during the last break, which was the last buy-in. So after we couldn't buy in anymore, I had to wait for double out hands, and I won a few flips. But the last hand, I had Ace Jack hearts against Queen 10 hearts and against pocket 9s. Guess what? The Queen 10 hearts hit his trips and he won. He's quite a luck box. So yeah, I think that's the best that we can do. And unfortunately, didn't cash anything.
So tomorrow will be serious. Tomorrow will be day 2. So tomorrow is make or break. So wish us luck.
Yes, Labubi, Labube, let's fight! A team, A game! Good morning!
Morning.
Today is day 2 of the main event. So we just swapped our room to the villa. It's so gorgeous. New room, new vibes. New luck. So we're gonna own day 2 today. So in the villa, they will give us all the different wine from the different floors. So here we have 5 different ones for each of us.
Cheers, one
Total
first.
10. Cheers! Cheers to a big win! Cheers! Cheers to a bigger win! Cheers! Cheers to another trophy! And I think we're running a bit late. Morning cup of coffee to last us for the first half of the time. Good vibes! Let's do it! Let's make it to the final table together for the main event.
Day 3, let's go.
That's our only hope at earning back the trip.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Because the buy-ins are quite low, so it's good. But at the same time, it's hard to recoup the cost of Taiwan. So we'll try our best.
Okay, it's gonna be a marathon, so we're gonna sit there for how long? 9 hours.
So day 2, this is the interesting hand. About 30 minutes in, we found ourselves with pocket 10s in the small blind. The cutoff, who has been raising non-stop, raises again, and I'm already planning a 3-bet, but then plot twist, this super tight lady on the button who has literally folded every hand so far suddenly called 3 bets. Alarm bells are ringing, and pocket 10s is just too weak to go for the 4-bet, so I just flat call the 3-bet. The flop came Ace Diamond, 4 Diamonds, and Queen of Hearts. Ugly board. We check to the button, she bets tiny, about 1/4 pot. I have pocket 10s with a 10 of diamond and some backdoor straight and flush draw, so I call. The turn was an ace of diamond. This was the worst card possible, completes a flush, the ace got there, so I'm pretty much done with this hand, but surprisingly it went check check check, and on the river came the miracle 10. I boat up, and I let 25k into the 40k pot. The cutoff folds, and out of nowhere the button jams for 55k effective. She just barely covered me, and so she was putting a large chunk of her stack at risk as well. Now I'm in the tank here. I know she's not bluffing, and I have super good odds to call, 30k to win 150k here. The hand I beat, perhaps an overvalued flush, but I lose to a lot of ace queen, pocket queens, and ace 10, all crushing me. Here I tanked for a whole 5 minutes, and I even showed the table my hand, and silence is deafening. Everyone's looking at me, thinking what decisions will I make. I glance over at my opponent, who's as calm as ever, no tells. So here, would you make the call? I would love to hear your thoughts. You know, after all that thinking, I muttered one of poker's famous saying, "I'm just not good enough to fold this." I sigh and make the call. And here's the result. The villain, as expected, turns over a bigger full house. Brutal. We busted the main event here with a boat over boat. And that, my friends, is how I dusted off 3 main event buy-in. And now we are deep in the raid for this player series tournament, and now we need some serious run good. Can we do it?
It's break time, so we are back in our beautiful room. Unfortunately, he bustled with the house over house. And
yeah, I wanted
him.
to fold so bad, but I had 20k left and the pot was 100k. I just knew she had a bigger full house, but I don't know why I called actually.
I think 2 pot committed, but
Still can fold.
yeah, still can fold, cause like she's super strong there with the all-in on the river. Someone with you left, like you
Yeah, I
leaving
didn't have
20k
much
behind. I think she wants a call. Could have folded, but it's okay. I will win it for us.
Yes, please.
It's a marathon and we are 1/5 1/5 there.
Good luck for the next level.
Let's do it. We sat down for the main event day 2 with a 73k stack. I didn't film many hands as I was in 100% concentration mode. Everyone was pretty much playing their hands and there was not much action as we made our way to the bubble after 6 hours of playing. We went into the bubble with a smaller than average stack. This was my very first experience in a main event bubble, and God, I tell you, it was an extended, long and stressful period as we're sitting there nursing our small stack. We were down to 119 players with 112 in the money. Then they gave us 10 time banks each, which I thought was a bit too many even as a small stack. All the shorter stacks were using at least 3 time banks per hand, and with what felt like an eternity later, we were down to the very last 2 players to make it to the money, and the hand by hand finally started. The tension was high, people were crowding around all-in hands hoping for the last 2 to bust. And we made it to the money! With more than double our buy-in secured, we can finally play some poker. Second hand into the game after we min cashed, we opened pocket jacks in UTG. This is our time to double up and propel. We shoved our short stack, and the guy on my right woke up with ace king and we went heads up. I would take this flip any day until I saw the deafening ace in the window and a king on the turn, leaving us dead in 99th place for the Player Series main event. I'm back in the villa now. Jass is still playing the Monster Stack event. So we came in 99th place for the main event. Yay, at least it's 2 digits, and at least we cashed out for 40k, 40,000 NT, which is about 1,600 Sing dollars. Yay! After 2 days of playing, it was quite a stressful run during the bubble period. I was literally folding every hand. I think it was a good run. I guess this is my first main event cash ever. Good job to me.
Cashing the main event for 40k.
Okay, so it's day 7 of the player series. I think we just calculated our P&L for poker so far. Funnily, I'm net zero. Exactly zero. I was down like 40k, and today I just made it back 40k exact on the dot with the main event. So net zero. So restart, reset, and I think I need to win and make it a positive trip.
So for me, after the win, it's been downhill all the way. I had one final table, one small cash, where I lost queens to queen 9. Then after that, I've been missing the money. My main event, I actually busted full house versus full house. And then my last event, which was a monster stack, I went quite deep. I actually had quite a big stack, but towards the end the blind was quite big, so I had pocket 9s. I lost to king jack offsuit, so under the gun raise I shove and king jack offsuit reshove. He probably knew that the king was coming. Turn king river king. It's like, oh my god. Rewarded the king jack offsuit. And then the under the gun told me that he folded ace 10, which would have lost to me. So I should have doubled up, but unfortunately not. And I busted 3 away from the money. So it's been frustrating, but I'm still confident. We have been very close for the past few times, and we just need to make a deep run again.
Yeah, I think it's our time to shine. It only gets better. We need to make it work. Manifest! Manifest. So we are having an outdoor picnic. Our lunch today. We ordered the goose from Cheng Goose. So the previous time we came to Taipei, we ate this Cheng Goose and it was so good. So we ordered in today in our little villa. So nice. Weather is great.
Weather's great.
Let's eat. So they give us a bottle of rosé every day. This is aside from the other glasses that they gave us yesterday. New day, new bottle. Good luck, Rosie. Cheers. We don't usually drink rosés, but this is quite nice. Day 8. Papa, what? Let's do it.
So here we are playing the deep stack bounty. Last few chance at redemption. I sit down pretty much less than 1 orbit. I got queen jack off. Here I flopped the nuts and the initial raiser shoved, showing ace 10. So it's dubs versus a nut straight. Off to the races. Boom! Ace on the turn leaves me drawing dead. And if that wasn't enough, he reverted quads here to rub some salt in the wound. Unreal. Here, this was a massive action hand. I was all in with the king 10, looking to scoop 2 bounties. What an action flop. I flopped trips, our friend with the pocket 3s flopped full house, and turns a 6. Wow, the pocket 6 has an even bigger full house. And I couldn't find my 10 to board up, so just like that, we are crippled. Few rounds later, after changing tables, we are all in with pocket 7s against pocket jacks and pocket aces. Guess it's just not our day. But Miracle 7 on the flop. Wow, and we hold. Finally running good. After the triple up, I'm finally in the bounty hunting region. So here, king 6 suited. I'm going for the bounty. I shoved against the blind versus blind, got caught off by jack 10. I needed to hold here, but the jack showed up, so no bounty for me. Here was a flip. Once again, I had to call for the bounty, and finally, I won a flip this time round with a king. And pretty much here, it's for our tournament life. We caught off with pocket 10s when JD came over. As I mentioned, she's my run good, so call we did. Wow, the villain had a lot of outs on the flop and turn, but we held for a much needed double. Now we are seriously eyeing the shorter stacks for bounties. I finally picked up my first bounty, a small shove. I have the big blind with 7-4 suited, which I caught off. Good news, I'm against King Jack, so we have a good 40% chance here, and we spiked a pair to get my first bounty. Next, I had Ace 8 on the big blind and facing a cut-off shove. Here he's shoving for about 6 or 7 big blinds, I believe. With a carving stack, I decided to make the call, and he showed us the bad news of Ace Jack, but again we spiked an 8 to get our second bounty. So now we are nearing the bubble, and we can see at the other table, big pot brewing. Small blind versus big blind action. I think two of the biggest stacks on that table. Ace 6 versus Ace King, mega pot here. And the Ace 6 did not find a 6, and just like that, we are in the final table. The final table, I think we lasted for about 2 or 3 bustos. This guy was running super good. He was shoving all the hands. In fact, this guy, he had Ace 4 suited that beat pocket aces with a flush. That was insane. He was running so good, I was afraid. I had pocket 10s. I had no choice but to call his all in, and he showed King Queen. Unfortunately, he reverted his Queen, and so here we busted in 5th. On to the next, I guess. So after busting the deep stack bounty, we hopped straight into the 10-10-10. No time to waste here. First few hands, we got pocket 8s versus 9s and jacks. I'm ready to rebuy or triple up. Let's go. Boom! 8 on the flop, giving us a set and tripling up. Wow, great start to this tournament. Still, we are middles to average stack because we literally bought in at the last buy-in. I was cruising pretty much. 2 tables remaining, about 18 players. But here, big pot action. I had Queen 10 suited and I defended a raise and I flopped top 2. Initial raiser bet the flop and I raised and he shoved all in. Of course, easy call, but he reverted his ace to cripple me seriously. I'm super short stack, desperation after the cripple. King 2 suited and I had no choice but to jam because I had very few big blinds left. Unfortunately, the cutoff woke up with Ace Queen, but hey, at least I got 2 live cards. And what a river 2 to keep me alive. Shortly after, we are in the final table. Unfortunately, JD was a bubble again, like she didn't make it to the final table with me. If not, I would have a good shot at winning this. So now that we are on our own, one of our first few hands, we picked up pocket 10s and we got 4-bet shove with Ace 6. Straightforward flop, no sweat, and we secured a good double up. This one was an interesting hand. I had pocket 7s. The person who shoved A6 initially raised and another person went all in, and I decided to call it off because I covered both of them, hoping that they had 2 big ace, and wow, what a great result. It was Ace 5 versus Ace 9. And I actually held again to secure a nice triple.
Wow, both times you flop a set. Yay! I'm finally winning the fix. Triple up.
Here, this was a crucial hand and I'll tell you why later. We took down a good pot with Ace 3 of diamonds, but I think I could have played it better. Basically, the chip leader raised and I defended the small blind with Ace 3 of diamonds. The flop was Ace 4-8 with 2 spades. He went for half pot bet, which was a simple call. By now, the pot was about 30k plus. The turn was a 2 of diamonds. Great card for me. I picked up the nut flush draw. I could have the 2s and I have a straight draw as well. But of course, given the ace on the board, I checked to him and he checked back. The river was a 2. And here is where I felt I made a mistake. I should have gone for a thin value bet here because him checking back the turn looks like he didn't have an ace. Given that there was a flush draw, I would think that he would want to charge the flush draw if he had an ace. But because it's 10-10-10, I had 10 seconds to think. At the moment, I felt that if he had a busted flush draw, he might try to bet or he might try to value bet worse. So I checked to him and he checked back quickly, claiming that he had pocket 10s. So I guess he would have caught a value bet on the river. Now this was important because a few hands later, we clashed again and this time he covered me by just a bit. So this hand here was crucial because the next hand I would have covered him if I had value bet. So here's the next hand. He was in the small blind and he limped about 10k. I checked 10k with 9-8 off. The flop was 9-6. 2 spades and 1 heart. Here he checked and I bet a small bet 50%, about 10k into 20k pots. Turn a 10 of hearts and the villain checks again. Here I think I could have checked as 10-7, 10-8 now turns top pair, but there's also 2 flush draws which I wanted to bet to protect against. So I bet 15k into 40k and here he caught again. The river was a 4, non-spade, 4 of diamonds, and the villain open shafts for 63k, which is a pot size bet that just about covers me. Here, if I caught correctly, I would have more than 60% of the chips in play and great shot to win the tournament. But at the same time, I didn't feel that he would be so reckless to bluff off the second biggest stack here. I was really on the fence, but given 20 seconds to think, I only had 1 or 2 more time banks. I really didn't have much time. I was just thinking what the bluffs and value hands are. I honestly didn't see the straight possibilities. And so I decided to call, announcing 送给你, which is give it to you. And true enough, he showed over 5-7 spades. So he was actually flush drawing, which I read, but at the same time, he had a gut shot straight. So here it was quite disappointing to call it off and not be right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our last tournament. We had the opportunity to play a bit more because our flight was actually delayed by 6 hours. So we came back actually and played a couple more tournaments, made it to 2 final tables, so couldn't complain. But both occasions we busted in around 5th place, so could have definitely done better. Was a flip away or call a right fold away from, you know, running a bit deeper, maybe top 2, top 3, but we will take the 2 final tables nonetheless. So that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so that's the end of our player series run.
Random final tables.
Good job. Let's head back to Singapore.